Good evening, everyone. How is everybody doing? Showing up. Thursday. Here we are. Every Thursday. I'm going to be going on a year. Well, not going on a year, but I can't believe I've been doing this for, geez, like at least 6 months. And yeah, and I keep showing up every Thursday at 8 p.m. Atlantic time because something in here feels pertinent to my evolution and growth. And I just have to continue to follow that instinct, intuition, nudge, whatever you want to call it. And so here I am every Thursday. I will be showing up to be an anchor, like literally in my description, I said it all. It's like I'm here to provide space and just be, yeah, an anchor and a lighthouse and a mirror for all who are interested in seeing themselves on a deeper level. I know a lot of people are silently doing the work, so to speak, or, really like without even knowing that they are, or maybe there is an awareness around it, which is awesome. If you know that, that's amazing. But if not, that's perfect too, because I think we've always been kind of like doing the work. I think we're all here doing the work, our work, whatever the work is. And the work can be like, I think for most of us, is how we respond and how we feel in every situation. So, like, what do you have control over? What do you have control over is yourself. You know, you only have control over you and your own choices and your own reality. And so if that's the case, if you really like just play this as a game and recognize that, everything is happening for you, not to you, as well as seeing that this is all a stage and you are the main character. And even if you just like delusion yourself into it or pretend like if you can't get behind the fact that this isn't just a theory or like it's not theoretical, it's literal, that we are here playing a game on a stage, the world stage, playing this game in order to um understand that every single one of us is basically and inherently love. Like that's what we are. We're just love in human form. And we all have our challenges and we all have our um things that we're here to play. But I think and it's not my job, like I'm not trying to make it my job. I'm not trying to show up in a way that like I know more than you or any of that nonsense. There's no competition or comparison going on here. This is me showing up to be like, I know that there's insight and I know that there's presence and just being is the mission. Just being is the mission and feeling is the mission. Um, and when we're not feeling and we're not being, we're just, we're shoving our feelings down or we're do and not just being, then we are completely distracted and there's a lot of distortion that happens with that because then we don't have that clean vision or that clean pathway in order to see things for what they really are or be able to navigate that. So I I have and will be able to hold this space as long as it's serving me and I know that this is something that is going to also serve you because if I say if you're getting a massage from somebody and they're like the massage therapist is like working on something but they're like uncomfortable, you can feel that, right? Like you can feel when somebody's not like able to hold something, like they're shaking, like you can feel when somebody's not fully comfortable. And I think this goes throughout life, like in all ways. Like if you're feeling that you walk in a room and you like or somebody walks into a room, you can sense their field before they even speak. You can sense their energy before they speak. And I think that there's a lot of things that are coming in for us, information that is coming in that we can sense that we're not tapping into or addressing. And I think that that can be very, very, very powerful for knowing that you are in control of everything, that you have the ability to choose something different if the choice is coming in and you're looping on something that isn't serving you anymore, it isn't helping, it's constricting and it's causing problems. I think that that is where a lot of people are. I know myself, like I know I struggle. I'm struggling with my own looping, and this is something I talked about before, where we're basically everything is a pattern, and when you recognize a pattern, that's how you can change it, right? So the looping is also the same. It's kind of the patterning, the looping, it's kind of the same. So if you notice that you're continuously looping in the same patterns that aren't feeling good, then there's something there for you to pay attention to so that you can transmute and alchemize that like into something beautiful and meaningful. And then you can by taking another choice and making another choice, then you have the literally you're shifting the reality that you are living in when you choose something that's not that average choice, if that makes sense. So to continue to loop and make the same choices, mistakes, etc., however you want to call it, whatever you want to call that, like whether it's an addiction or you're neglecting or you're helicoptering, like as a parent or any of that kind of stuff, like whatever you're looping, whatever you're noticing that you're not paying attention to because it's coming at you with like negativity, then it's for you to pay attention to and it's for you to make a different choice. That's it. That's where we're at. We're at a place where there's a fork in the road and you're at a point where you're on a precipice here where things are going to change. Things are going to, you can make that choice and go into a new reality. And everything takes time. And time, as unreal as it is also extremely pertinent and relative to understanding that we have to have patience and faith when we're making these choices and then trying to allow for the shift to come in and then getting impatient. And then because of the impatience, then we end up choosing that same friggin' loop because we think that our choice didn't change anything. And then we're like, oh, that didn't make any difference. So I might as well keep looping in these ways because whatever, right? So yeah. Um, when people come in with an ailment to see me, like when you book in for a massage or acupuncture and you're coming in and you have like something going on, whether it's pain or it's just um, like whether you have pain or if it's just like, oh, I just want to relax or I have tension here or whatever, like it doesn't matter what it is. When you come in, everything that you are experiencing leads back to an emotion. And when I see people and I bring that in as an answer or as a like something that they can look at to be like, wait a second, I haven't been looking at my emotion. Maybe maybe there's something there for me to look at because I've looked at everything else. I've seen every other therapist, I've seen every healer, I've seen all the things, I've done all the things. I went to the doctor, surgeries and medications, and like I've tried it all. So you know what? I guess this is one thing I haven't. Maybe sure. So then we start talking about things. We start talking about, you know, whatever, wherever their pain is can lead to the meridian that leads to the organ that leads to the emotion. So with the education that I have received in my life and the knowledge that I have, I'm like so um grateful that I get to utilize that in these ways to show people, hey, like everything is sprouting from this and this is the root cause. And it's very emotional. And most people that come in to see me end up having, you know, a lot of emotion come through, as well as massive realizations and massive transformations and shifts in their life with their loved ones, with themselves, because they are doing they're looking at themselves as the core of everything. Because when you are moving through the world, like your eyes are seeing it, right? Like your eyes see everything and the world is around you and you're taking it in. And we're taught that, like, you know, we're taught that this is a tangible reality that we don't have any control over, that we have some control, obviously, we make choices, but like that we don't have much control over, and that you're basically whatever happens to you is just, you know, terrible, just awful, and you have to um you know, when something bad happens, it's like poor you, that sucks, and um like how can I, you know, it's like, oh, I'm a victim and I'm suffering, and now because of that, how can I, you know, I'm a victim, I'm suffering. So can you, like, I need you to fix me. I need you to help me. I need you to say you're sorry. I need you to apologize. I need you to tell me that I'm right and that you're wrong. I need you to say, hey, he's an asshole, don't listen to him. This is all the old paradigm ways of thinking and moving with conflict. And we're, you know, like really not doing ourselves a service by being like, hey, so, you know, Johnny over there called me a bitch for no reason, so fuck Johnny. Well, you know what? Like, actually, you were being a bitch. And your best friend's like, you were being a bitch, actually, because whatever. And you're just like, holy shit, you know, I didn't even see that. And, or whatever. And then you're like, and then you can own it. Then you can be like, shit, yeah, I wasn't very kind to that person actually, or I could see how they could think that or whatever. And if you can't do that, if you're like, fuck that, Johnny's an asshole, like what's that going to do for you, for Johnny, for your friend? Like what's that doing for anybody? Like you're just going to be like, oh, you're a piece of crap and like you're the problem and goodbye. Like this is where we need to take radical self-responsibility for what's happening in our reality, because what's happening in front of you or within your sphere, within your reality is yours, no matter what it looks like, no matter if it's two people over there having something, if it's two people, like it's still in your field. It's still within you to make a choice whether or not you want to get involved, whether or not you want to ignore it, whether or not, you know what I mean? Like but it's still yours because it's still within your little literal field in a sense. Like it's not yours to be like, oh, I'm responsible to like fix those two people over there who are fighting. No, I don't mean like that. I just mean like it's still within your field. So it is literally like everything that is happening within your field and within your reality is yours, no matter what. So own whatever happens. Like when bad things come in, it's like, okay, bad things come in because if everything was always hunky dory, I say this to everybody, if everything was always hunky dory all the time, we wouldn't learn anything because bad things happen to good people. So they wake up so that they're not like, la, 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 everything's perfect all the time. I don't need to pay attention to anything. So, oh shit, this bad thing happened. It's in order for you to like pay attention. It's like, it's making you pay attention because it's bad. It's the only way that's going to get your attention. So if you're having bad things come in, it's not because you're a piece of shit and you deserve it. It's because you need to pay attention to something that's going on in your life that you're ignoring. And it's coming up, and the harder it comes, and the faster it comes, and the more it comes, and more frequent it happens, the more it's really trying to give you a good smack. And shit gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse because you're not paying attention. it's not getting worse because you deserve it, because you know, made some terrible choice back in 1999 that like, you know, ended up hurting somebody. Like you're not going to get that. Like that's not what this is, you know. Karma's a whole other ball of wax, and we're not getting into that anyways because I don't really have a whole lot of insight. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know things I don't, and I'm not going to sit here and talk about things that aren't within my already lived experience. Like everything that I talk about, I've experienced or I've had um happen in my life. Like I've experienced or I've had other people who've had the experience within my experience. So there's like a lot that, you know, you can read in a book and have knowledge, but when it comes down to it, like your lived experience is really the true the true way of learning these things, and mentorship should be through that, in my opinion. And so I know that I'm doing a lot of work with kids. I know that I am, as a step parent and parent, I have been working with my kids and all of the things that go with that, being a step parent and parent. So I think I feel as though a lot of insight will come with parenting. I feel as though that is a road that I would love to go down eventually if um, that is like a niche that I feel drawn to, that I would love to tap into if that's I'm just putting that out there. But there is the majority of everything that has come in for me and my with my lived experience and with where I am now and how I've gotten to where I am today. Um, yeah, there's a lot of like, you know, I learned things in traditional Chinese medicine school and I learned things in massage therapy school, and like all of this is learned knowledge. So there's only so much I can really speak upon when it comes to the learned knowledge, but when it comes to applying that for the last decade to bodies and seeing results, I can sit here and say, hey, like I understand that this symptom is related to this organ because of this emotion and whatever. So I do have, yes, I do have book knowledge, but through the last decade of my lived experience, through every client that's come in and patient that's come in, or person that's come in with any kind of physical problem that we have worked on, there's just been such amazing um, information that I can share. And I just want, that's why I'm here. I just want to help people. I'm just here to help. I'm here to express that I have tapped into something that is such a friggin' gift. And I just want to shout it from the rooftops because I know how powerful and amazing this like information can be for people, for their happiness and their peace and their contentment and their prosperity and their abundance and their success. And like, I'm not here to be like, hey, tell me all your broken pieces. I'm here to be like, you have so much potential, untapped potential. Like every human being does. And if I can show you that, if I can give you some insight and give you some real like examples and some real like somehow I can like give you that gift that I've been given. It's not mine to force. It's not mine to push. It's not mine to plead, beg. I am not here to like do any of that. Like that's why I find this very difficult to show up. I find this very hard to do because this is not this is not a normal way for somebody who understands the gravity of this information to show up. This is a very unconventional, very I'm not even quite sure if it's very it's if it's like this is where I'm a little bit rocky. I'm like, I'm a lighthouse, I'm an anchor. Do you feel something when I speak? Do you feel something when you see me, when you hear me? Is there something here that you're like drawn to? Because everything that we pay attention to is meant for us. Everything that comes in is meant for you, even if it's a stupid video on how to cook something or like ha life hacks, like no matter what it is that you're doing, Every single thing has an effect for you and a purpose for you. So if I'm in front of you, this is meant for you. Like literally it is. And everything that's been coming in for me, I've been like, oh, I'll take that and I'll leave that and I'll take that and I'll leave that. And that's how this goes, right? Like it's like, oh, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But this is the this is the like point, this is a pivotal point for me in my evolution because last night the download came through for me that like it is all a game. This is literally something that we have to conquer in order to truly understand the gravity of the experience. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. And I just continue to show up. It's like, damn. And like, then I question myself and I think, oh, is this not right? Am I doing something that is like, is this wrong? Like, am I like, I question myself all the time. I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm not ashamed to be vulnerable right now and be like, hey guys, like, I know that this is like not a clear path because I'm literally cutting down the brush along the way. Like I don't even know where the path goes either. Like I'm just on it and I'm like, want to come? Anybody feeling this? Anybody sensing something more here? Anybody sensing something, are you interested in having a conversation about all of the things that are going on, or are we going to just all continue to play on the surface level? Um, and like take, you know, little nudges here and there, sure, like awesome. But like if you're not taking the nudge and you're just allowing things to like go by and not paying attention to it, then it will get worse in order for you to pay attention. So let's not wait until it gets really bad to pay attention. Not that you can really control too much of that, but because duality exists and things are going to be bad. But like if something shitty happens, you got to like get on that shit. You got to jump on that immediately. That's what I've been doing anyways. Like something bad comes in and it's like you can't force a resolution. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying what I'm saying is when something bad comes in, it's like don't just be like, "Oh, okay, let's just push that away because it's bad." And I'm just going to pretend like you didn't say that or you didn't, or this didn't happen or this, whatever, right? And then you have a feeling, especially the things that you have a feeling about. If you have an emotion towards something that happened, then that's even more pertinent for you to pay attention to. And that's a good indicator for people when you don't know what to pay attention to and what not to pay attention to. The indication is the feeling. So if somebody says something to you and it was hateful and you were like, yeah, like that was kind of hateful, but like honestly, it didn't really bother me. Well, then you can choose to let that go. You can choose to be like, whatever. But if someone said something to you and it was hateful and you were like instantly, like it just made you like have a physiological, physical reaction. You were just like your face got red or like inside your heart started to pound. Like these are the like a physiological reaction to an emotion is the sign to pay attention, to say, hey, I'm having a physiological reaction to what you just said. I love you to death, but like, why did you say that? Like, why would you say that? And like, it's not like, hey, you're a effing piece of crap because you said this to me. So you can go F yourself, or you can apologize to me right now, or you can go F yourself. It's like, what? Like this is where it's like we need to hold love and compassion and empathy and understanding before we react. You can have the reaction, the physiological reaction, but then before you say, hey, I'm having a reaction to what you just said in my body and it makes me feel like my heart's pounding. I don't know why. Like that's it. Like that's all you have to say is, hey, I'm having a physiological reaction. You're making me feel a certain way. And I need to say, hey, we're done you know? So I hope this makes sense. So it's how you were speaking to people and how we're communicating that's actually the biggest problem. It's really the biggest thing that I find a lot of people come up against is like, hey, like it's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it that's causing the problem. And this is coming in hot and heavy in my life, big time, with those around me. And it's like when you can't see yourself, and other people are telling you that, hey, you're being hateful, it's a struggle because the ego takes it and it's hard to be like, hey, yeah, you're right. I am, it's a really hard pill to swallow, especially for children. But it's the truth. It's important for us to be like, okay, I'm gonna hold integrity around this and I'm gonna feel these emotions. I'm gonna feel what's going on and I'm going to respond with um sorry, I just got distracted. Something there. I'm gonna respond with my heart and not my head, right? So it's like I check yourself. I have love for this person. I'm not going to be hateful. Oh, I'm just ranting. Okay. Um, so yeah, nobody's here and that's fine. And I don't think I'm going to leave this one up today because it's really not hitting for me, really. I hope that whoever heard me and what I said today, it helped. But this video is definitely not going to be staying up because it's not hitting. Anyway, okay. So it's 8:30 and I showed up. I did what I was going to do. I can't believe I talked for a half an hour. Like, how does that even happen? Um, if you would like to show up next week, please message me. I will be available for any questions or any kind of interest in this space and what I do. All right, until next time. I'm out. I'm going to enjoy the sun tonight.